20 years ago, there was an initiative in the east of England to create a very, very high-class chamber orchestra. I was called in right at the beginning, wrote the first business plan, and I remember arriving at my desk and there was a concert set up in Chelmsford, and that was about it. And the interesting thing there is that we changed the programme slightly, so the bill went up and the concert nearly never happened, which I thought was a pretty bad start from my point of view, but I'm delighted to say eventually it did. And I remember it because we changed the programme. It became a little bit more challenging in that we had Brandenburg 3 and Stravinsky Dumbarton Oaks, and then we put in a new piece by Colin Matthews called Sun's Dances. The second half was Appalachian Spring. And I mention that because in a way that mantra of hopefully interesting programmes that kind of made sense as a whole started right from the very, very first concert. The players of Britten Sinfonia are central because the kind of orchestra we are is not one who will have a maestro or an artistic director or principal conductor. The stars of our orchestra are the players. They're the ones that are pushing the orchestra forward.
I'd never really played in an orchestra before. I was in quartets, and that's the key to how we play together. We play as chamber musicians. That's the core of what we do. So the principal players are always playing together on a very intimate level, and that forms the core of the orchestra.
We definitely like highly energised players with lots to offer and lots of commitment.
It's a very collaborative thing, and we have very strong leaders, so it's great. I really enjoy it, and I love the variety of music we play.
I always feel the contact between the players is really nice. It's never boring. It's never the same as any other orchestra. They always have their own take on things.
I'm not sure what the secret is to the orchestra's success, apart from that we just try and make it absolutely alive. Every second, every note counts.
There's been lots of artistic highlights over the past 20 years, and some that have almost changed direction in terms of the way that the orchestra works. I remember Mark Padmore coming for the first time early on when we had an artistic director, and it was very, very clear that the project that Mark wanted to work on didn't have room for a conductor. He very much wanted to collaborate with the musicians and make the most of that kind of chamber music ethos that runs through the ensemble.
I think it gives a chance for the Britten Sinfonia to show how they are different. The fact that we're doing it without a conductor means that there's a sort of excitement in the music making where everybody is involved. And I think it's a great challenge for us and one that I think then pays off for the audience.
Well, performing at the Barbican is a special moment for us, as we're now becoming an associate ensemble. I think it's key because it's now become our London home, and we will be working very closely in partnership with the Barbican. I think there's also a real fit, a real synergy between the two organisations. We are quite a forward-thinking orchestra, we take risks, and I think the Barbican is known for its pioneering arts programme, not just in music, but across all the art forms at this kind of wonderful arts centre.
The Barbican's a great home. It's a real privilege to be appearing here regularly. It does feel like the orchestra's really come of age, and it's a great honour. And I think we're experiencing already that the Barbican can offer us so much. I mean, that suggesting some really interesting concerts for us. So hopefully there's going to be lots more surprises thanks to the Barbican.
New music has always been very important to the orchestra. We're making the most of the many, many exciting composers and arrangers there are out there.
We believe that both playing new music and also having creative learning at the centre of what we do as an orchestra is actually the way that we keep everything live.
And frankly, that's something that we realised fairly early on, was not to look at concerts over here and education projects over there. And I think a lot of the creative learning projects that we do, that we did then, that we do now, emanate from the artistic programmes that we're producing. Well, the Academy is frankly something that I've wanted to do for a long time. We wanted to create a group focusing on school age, them working with our players, working as we do at Britten Sinfonia, so often without a conductor, with chamber music and chamber music playing at the heart of what they do.
It's been a really, really brilliant experience. We've learnt so much, and not only have we learnt how to perform in an ensemble better and without a conductor, we've also been able to apply what we've learnt to our practice back at home, you know, individually. Hopefully, when they inspire us, we can then give back to them and show them how people are thinking now and how kind of bring a new kind of freshness to the scene and a really different kind of point of view, because obviously they have a very unique point of view, and if we can bring something extra to that, then together hopefully we can make something incredible.
What's been interesting for me, but also for the players, has been how the orchestra has changed over these years. So my job, for example, seems to change every kind of 3 to 5 years. I started with just myself and a part-time administrator, and now we have a team of about 13 people. In the first year, we maybe did about 4 or 5 concerts in total, and now we're up to about 70 to 80 concerts a year, 3 or 4 recordings a year, and touring some major concert halls around the world. But the great news is there's still so much more to do, so there are exciting times ahead.